So he says that a person has to know his wealth. He has to have a lot of bitachon connected to his wealth. If he does not, then he'll get a rude awakening. A person possesses an item. He has to know that if you don't have bitachon, you don't really own it. For example, a person is excited about a new phone, new car, new house he bought, right? And he thinks, I did such a great research, I compared, I really bought well. He doesn't think that, oh, Hashem made me find this and Hashem gave me zechut to have this. What does he think? I know how to make a wise decision, I know how to make a good purchase. Then all of a sudden, he moves into the house, then the basement is leaking. Or he goes into the watch, all of a sudden it stops working. All of a sudden in the car, there's car issues. So why he gets upset? Why? Because he didn't have bitachon and didn't realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who gave it to him. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu could take it back from him. Could say, you don't deserve this anymore. So therefore, if a person has that mentality always, that Hashem gave it to me and Hashem could take it away, so it's easier for him to deal with the situation as opposed to, I bought it, I got it, I did right, and then all of a sudden, why isn't it working? It doesn't make any sense. I'm so upset. So therefore, a person has to make sure that he has the bitachon with his wealth. The Chavod Levot says that a person has to always think that his money is just a deposit. It's just a deposit. We are like tellers in the bank. There's a story of the child who came to his mother and says, what do you want to be when you grow up? He says, I want to be the cashier in the supermarket. And he says, why? He says, because the cashier in the supermarket, he has all the money. People just give him money, he puts it in his tray, and he gets to touch all that money. He gets to take this money home. He says, what are you talking about? The little child didn't understand. It's not his money. He's just in charge of it. He has to guard it. He's like a teller. He has to eventually give it to the owner, but he's holding on to it. And he has to give the people appropriate change. And that's it. It's not really his to take home. So therefore, we have to realize that our money is the same way. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave it to us. We're going to leave here after 120. We're not going to take this money with us. It's only temporary. It's for us to give it to the people we need to give it to. For example, to buy sukkah, to give tzedakah, to send our kids to yeshiva, to go and buy mitzvot, to be able to buy our house, to buy all these things, to be able to do mitzvot in them. It's just to hold on till the right time to give it to the right person. The only way we take our money to Olam Haba is if we give tzedakah. If we give tzedakah and spend on mitzvot, so then we go and we send our money to Olam Haba. It's going to be waiting for us over there to count as zchuyot for us. But otherwise, this that we spend on our, ourselves and indulge in luxuries, that doesn't send our money to Olam Haba. And that definitely is not our money to keep. HaKadosh Baruch Hu could take it away. Even after you turned people say, oh, it's an investment. Take your money and put it into a watch. Take your money, buy real estate. That also is still in Hashem's hands. That also can be taken away. It's not, there's no way to run away from Hashem. So therefore, a person has to know that he has to have bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu about watching over what we have. And the person has to be easygoing when it comes to give from mitzvah. Some people are very jadna, very cheap. Why? For the sukkah, for the etrog. Why so much money? It's just a lemon. What's the big deal? Why have to charge so much? Or they say, oh, yeshiva, why is yeshiva so expensive? Oh, why we have to build such a building for the shul? Why can't you make it a little bit cheaper? I don't understand. Well, for Ferragamo, he doesn't complain. He buys top dollar. He closes his eyes. He tells Bloomingdale's, here, take my money. Oh, for the X7, okay, leases went up this month. It's okay, $2,000 for the Mercedes. It's okay, a month. It's fine. $100,000 for the X7 plus insurance. It's okay. It's fine. It's worth it. It's okay. It's a good investment. No questions over there. For them, give them money right away. But for the mitzvot, no. Why it's so expensive? Make it cheaper. Why, Rabbi? Come on, do for mitzvah. Come on. So a person has to know that he has to be just as giving for the mitzvot. Why? Because the money is not ours, Habibi. The money is not ours. Hashem gave it to us to be a good bank teller. Bank tellers give it to where it's supposed to be given to. And therefore Hashem gave you, Hashem commanded you also to give it to tzedakah. You should be giving your 10% maaser, 20% if you're able to. And what? And you should not give it with a bad heart. The mitzvah of tzedakah is cancelled when you give it with a bad face, with a bad heart. The person has to give it adushet. And you're only going to be able to give it adushet when you really believe that Hashem is the one who gives you the parnasah. So therefore, whether you have a car, whether you have a watch, whether you have a house, or your bank account, we want to enjoy it. We don't want to just hold it and then lose it. So therefore, how do we not lose it? We have to realize, Hashem, I know this is your car, this is your house, you gave this to me, you can take it away. Please, Hashem, See it, that I have reasons to keep it. And see that I have reasons to use it for good. And help me use it for good. And don't let me get carried away and let the money get to my head. And therefore, remind yourself that Hashem is in the picture. Keep Hashem in the picture. And this is the merit that Hashem will give you today. And He will give you also tomorrow. Baruch Adonai.